It was time for stage 6 of Paris-Nice, a race that had provided much entertainment, but that would start on that day 6 without Jonas Vingegaard, second place in the GC, but suffering from a hand injury picked up the day before. This was going to be a 209.8 kilometre run straight down south, following the river, over a few hills, and then heading out to Berleton, very close to the lake. A long one, the longest of the week in fact. On paper, one for either the breakaway or the sprinters. And it was the breakaway that was out early on. A fast start to the day at 47 k's an hour for a while. And one survivor of the three-man breakaway, Rémi Cavagna. Behind, though, on the penultimate KOM of the day, Visma Lease Bike pushed it on and then over the top on the descent. Victor Campenaerts had done the damage and they formed a small group. The Ineos Grenadiers were trying to chase in as well, and eventually would do so. There were casualties in the peloton. Groups all over the road, chaos in bad weather conditions as well. It was a great watch for all of us on the sofa, not so good if you'd missed out on the groups in the front. The gaps began to change. The breakaway was caught very quickly. Cavagna swallowed up, and suddenly a gap of 1 minute 30 seconds all the way back to riders such as Joao Almeida, who'd been dropped. There was a further gap to Lenny Martinez, and at the front of the race, despite the efforts from behind, the likes of race leader Jorgenson, Skjelmose, Leibowitz and Arendsman were gaining a heck of a lot of time. Lenny Martinez was soon seen at 4 minutes. 24 hours is a long time in cycling. Remember, he won the stage the day before. Tim Medley had been hoping to try and sprint, maybe pick up a third win of the week. It was looking less and less likely. The gap at 1:15 with 25 k's to go. There were bonus seconds on offer at just under 20 kilometres remaining. Jorgenson took 6, Skjelmose 4 and Leibowitz 2. Jorgenson extending his lead to 40 seconds in the GC over Leibowitz. It soon became clear that they were going to ride for the stage as well out front. The gap now insurmountable. 12 k's to go, 1.5 minutes and growing. There were no bits of power left behind. Nothing could bring it back. The average was still crazy. Well over 47 kilometres per hour coming into the final kilometre. Speeds on the flat regularly up above 60. Max Schachmann attacked under the Flamme Rouge, the two-time former Paris-Nice winner, trying to surprise everybody. But the Ineos Grenadiers pulled him back. Zingle was waiting for Visma Lease Bike. Mads Pedersen, the main man for Lidl Trek, looking to try and take a win. Also up there was Tarling. Watson wasn't far away, but it was Pedersen who started a sprint, and despite a big effort from the Welsh time trialist Tarling, he could get almost level, but not around him. A big win for Mads Pedersen, who also took the green points classification jersey. Pedersen first, second to Tarling, third on the day going to Sam Watson, with Zingle finishing fourth. The next group came in over 1.5 minutes down, nigh on 2 in fact. Dorschis was at the front. And further down, it was a long way to the Frenchman Martinez. He would finish at just under 9 minutes from the leaders. On a day where there were not meant to be any GC differences, that was a tough one to take. A beautiful day for the 17 riders at the front, and certainly number 1 across the line, Mads Pedersen. He was naturally delighted with his day's work in filthy weather. It was the top 10 on a day to remember, the third fastest Paris-Nice stage in history, and the fastest ever over 200 kilometres. A stage victory for the Dane. And in the general classification, a 40-second lead for Matteo Jorgenson, the defending champion. Leibowitz up to second and leading in the white jersey classification. Skjelmose on the podium. Jorgenson in yellow, and now 2 days from home, literally as well. A Nice resident hoping to win the race for a second time in succession.